So I like going to places like Kitchener and Hamilton, and that casino on the other side of Detroit. And then there was that other one, that Casino Rama, that gig where I left the rental car. Ever tell you guys that fucking story? I left a rental car there, man. We went out, we did the show. I'm not naming any names in this one, okay? Me and some friends of mine, okay? Not my usual friends. These friends were readers. These were big readers, and they never predicted anything, okay? They didn't predict someone was going to be a Hall of Famer after one at bat. It was not anybody like that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyways, so we were up there at Casino Rama, and we drove up from someplace else. I can't remember. We'd done a couple of gigs out there, and like March Madness was going on, or some sort of ladies hockey for some medal or some shit. I can't remember what. And we went out, did the show, and we went out and got fucking hammered. Hammered, knowing that we had an early flight, and then I had to return this rental car. So we keep looking at the watch. Guys, you know, we kind of got to be up at 5 a.m. It's midnight. It's 5 hours sleep. One more, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, we got in, I swear to God, at like 3 in the friggin' morning. And I am hammered. Did I mention I was drunk? I was fucking hammered. So wake up like 2 hours later, you know, with a bunch of snacks open from the fucking hotel bar. One of those nights, you know, trying to get down like another whiskey. I maybe got one swig out of it, like Denzel in that movie where he fucking flies the plane upside down. He somehow overcomes losing his rear stabilizer. The first guy ever in the history of aviation. And then I, you know, open can of Pringles and a Kit Kat, I think. So I stumble downstairs, right, where, you know, and we get in the fucking car, right? I'm still fucking hammered. I'm like, guys, I'm too fucking drunk to drive. And they're like, dude, the airport's right down the street. This is how every fatal drinking and driving story happens. It's right down the street. So we look at our fucking GPS because we're still on the hotel's fucking thing there, and we were trying to memorize it because none of us got a plan when we were up there. Well, wouldn't you know, we leave the hotel's fucking airspace, and we can't figure out where we're going. It's fucking low visibility. It's still pitch black out, and now we have no map. I don't know where I'm at, and we're all fucking hammered. And I was just like, dude, I can't do this. So we literally got like a fucking quarter mile down the street, turn back around, go back to the hotel. We say, listen, dude, because we kind of, you know, hit it off with the guy behind the fucking the counter. Can you do us a favor? You know what? Is there any way you can return this rental car? And the guy goes, no problem. We'll call you a cab. I got my buddy. He'll come down. He'll return the fucking thing. Blah blah blah. No problem. So now we're sweating it, right? But it turns out the pilots and shit are also waiting for a car, and we were on their flight or whatever. Somehow, so I can't remember. It's all fucking foggy. So we end up getting there. We make the flight back, laughing our asses off. Hey, we did it. You know, what a good shit. That guy returns the fucking car. What an awesome guy, right? And I pass out on the plane, and I wake up in L.A. like nothing ever happened. So I fucking, maybe like 3 weeks later, I get this phone call from the rental company. And they were like, yeah, Mr. Burr, are you ever going to return that rental car? I told this story wrong. I should have told you that I left it to the hotel guy. I had completely forgot. That's how drunk I was. I didn't even remember that part where I said that I was going to that I told the guy at the hotel. And I was like, yeah, I returned it. Returned it like 3 weeks ago. And at this point, I've done like 3 more road gigs, so I don't even remember it. And I'm like, yeah, I did. How did you get my number? You keep my number? I was all about me. So they start badgering me in my fucking world. And I'm just like, you know, after like the 4th or 5th phone call, I was like, listen, stop calling me. I returned the rental car. Stop calling me on my cell phone. I'm at work and blah, blah, blah. And then just one time, I don't know what happened. Like the 6th time they called me, something just clicked. I was like, wait a minute. Was that gig where I was hammered? And there were clouds on the ground, and the guy behind the counter said he was going to, or some people call it fog, we're going to fucking return the rental car? Oh, fuck. So I had to call, after yelling at these people, I had to call them up and be like, yeah, listen, I'm the guy you called like 6 times ago. I got really drunk, and I tried to drive, but I couldn't. The guy at the hotel said he was going to bring it back. I don't think he did. They ended up fucking going down, and the car was still sitting there. I had to pay a month's rental on that thing. I can't even fucking tell you how much money that cost me. So anyways, I hung with my daughter in the morning, and then I had this meeting from 10 to 12. And then when I came back, my wife told me that she was going to take our daughter to go see the Easter Bunny. And I was like, well, I don't want to miss that. So I went over there, and, last year she was fine because she was only 4 or 5 months old. And this year she's coming up on a year and a half or whatever. And, I just felt this vibe. She was looking at the fucking person in this outfit, and I'm just looking at it like, I don't know about this one, right? So we're trying to be like, hey, and the bunny's fucking waving at her and shit. And I went up and I'm shaking the rabbit's hand and stuff like, see, it's safe. It's not cutting my head off. And she's just looking at the rabbit like, I don't know about this, man. She's like that dude in Platoon. I got a bad feeling about this, man. So we bring her up there, and immediately, I go to kind of hand her to the fucking dude in the bunny suit, and I just feel her just grab 2 handfuls of my T-shirt. I'm like, oh no. And then she started screaming, and then I handed it to my wife. My wife ended up having to sit down with her, with the rabbit. She's totally crying, totally freaked out and all that. And the whole time I'm just sitting there going, why do we do this to kids? Why am I doing this? And freaking this kid out with a fucking person in a goddamn bunny suit. It makes no sense to the kid. And at the end of all of this horse shit, it's a fucking lie. The whole thing is a fucking lie. And then one day you got to turn around and tell your kid it's not real. And it's just this selfish adult thing because you love your kids so much, you wanted to see them get excited. And you grew up and you saw how mean and cold-hearted the world is. You just want to see them fucking believe in something. And then just early on, you just break their trust by telling them that there's these fucking people that come by. Some of them are animals, and some of them are fairies and all of this shit. But then what do? Do you tell your kid that they don't exist? And then they go to school, they're coming to school like some grizzled fucking vet. Yeah, let me tell you something, kids, it's all bullshit, right? Just telling all these kids that the bunny doesn't exist and Santa Claus doesn't exist, and then everybody's getting fucking mad at your kid. It's a great life lesson, actually, for your kid. That's what happens when you tell the truth. Oh! He's on his fucking stump right now. Yeah, if you ever want to get yelled at, there you go. Send your kid to school with the truth about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. And you just say to your kid, listen, everybody talks about reading to your kid, trying to give him a head start and all that. Why don't you fucking give him a head start and not fucking tell him about all of that shit? One of my relatives did that with one of my nephews, and the kid grew up fine. They just sat him down and yeah, listen, it's all bullshit. I remember when I found out, my older brother told me, and he felt betrayed. And when he told me, I felt like an adult. I was like, no way, is that what, thanks for the heads up. Then I sat there and kept my mouth shut like an old school mobster. I never told my other brothers, never said shit. I just sat there, oh yeah, he's coming right down that fucking chimney. Then I sit there laughing, listen to my younger brothers telling me stories. I saw his sleigh go right off the roof. Oh, did you? You lying piece of shit. And let me know who they really were. I learned who I could trust in my family, having that inside information. I think that's why they're trying to get that Alexa in everybody's house. So then they can tell, who they can trust and who they can't trust. And not really for a good reason either. They're as corrupt as I am, except they're running shit. I have no idea what I'm talking about right now. I lied to you guys earlier. I didn't have a meeting from 10 to 12. What I did was I went out and I flew out to Camarillo and then down the coast along Malibu on one of the most perfect fucking days ever while the whales are migrating. Okay? I should have literally had fucking yoga music playing in my fucking headset. It was fucking unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So, I don't know. Whatever. Sorry. Okay, you got me. I apologize. And we were supposed to take our kid. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. And I was supposed to take the kid to see the Easter Bunny tomorrow. And then my wife's schedule flip-flopped around. And it was more convenient for her to go today. It was more convenient for us to go tomorrow. But it's more convenient for her to go today. So what do you think happened? You know what happened, goddammit. You know exactly what happened.